So, um, operating a travel company right now, it's less about hospitality and honestly a lot more like being a high-stakes commodities trader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you aren't just selling sunshine anymore. You're actively hedging against uh, sudden jet fuel spikes, airspace closures, actual wars. And if you want to see what that looks like in real time, today's deep dive is into Poland's third largest travel operator, Rainbow Tours.
Right, based on that June 2026 financial update from East Value Research.
Exactly. The mission here is to figure out how they didn't just survive a sudden outbreak of global chaos, but somehow managed to beat financial forecasts while doing it.
Well, it's really a textbook case of extreme operational agility. Because, I mean, to understand those financials, you have to look at the ground reality in the first quarter of 2026. The world was practically shifting under their feet.
Oh,
You
completely.
had the Iran war breaking out, the U.S. attacking Venezuela, and then Cuba implemented that sudden refueling ban.
Right. And for Rainbow Tours, this wasn't just abstract news. In early March, they suddenly had to evacuate over 1,200 of their Polish clients from Oman, the UAE, and Jordan.
Yeah, a massive logistical headache,
And they managed to pull it off by routing everyone through Muscat, but that cost them 8 million Polish zloty in one-off costs,
which is roughly $2 million US.
which is huge.
Okay, let's unpack this. Coordinating a surprise military-style airlift on a commercial leisure budget. How does a company absorb a sudden rescue operation of this scale without totally tanking their quarter?
Yeah, it's wild. And the financial impact of that sudden maneuvering, it was actually severe. I mean, if you look at their net operating cash flow, it took a massive hit, dropping deep into the red at negative 143.8 million zloty.
Wait, I'm looking at that exact number and I just don't get it.
How so?
Well, to a layman like me, negative cash flow sounds like you literally can't pay your bills. Yet this report shows they beat overall Q1 financial forecasts by, what, nearly 19%?
Up to 18.6. Yeah.
So how are investors interpreting a massive cash drain as a win? Because you have to look at the mechanics of tour margins. Tour operators lock in bulk hotel and flight contracts months in advance, right? So a huge chunk of their fixed costs for the quarter, they were already paid out.
Oh, I see.
The agility came from immediately rerouting planes to Muscat instead of, just outright canceling the tours. By doing that, they preserved the revenue they had already collected from those customers.
Oh, wow. So they didn't have to issue massive refunds.
Exactly. Investors expected the geopolitical chaos to completely wipe out their core tourism segment, but by saving those tours, revenues actually grew slightly.
That makes sense. But you'd think eating a sudden 8 million zloty loss would make them, I don't know, play it safe for the summer.
You would think so.
But instead, they are passing those skyrocketing fuel costs directly to you, the consumer. They're hiking summer prices by over 500 zloty, which is about $130, for a standard Greece or Canary Islands package. And here is the paradox.
The booking numbers.
Yes, summer bookings are actually up 9.1%. If prices are spiking and regional inflation is soaring, why are bookings still climbing? Are consumers just completely numb to sticker shock right now?
Well, it reveals a massive psychological shift in consumer behavior. Leisure travel has transformed from a luxury into like an inelastic, almost non-negotiable staple in the European middle-class budget.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, people are prioritizing their holidays over pretty much all other discretionary spending right now.
Okay, I could buy that for Poland, where macroeconomic data is still somewhat strong, but they aren't just sitting on their cash in safe markets.
Right, the Romania move.
Exactly. They are aggressively expanding their Romanian subsidiary, Parallel 45, and planning to open 11 new mall offices this year. Romania is currently facing a staggering 10.7% inflation rate.
It's very high, yeah.
That sounds like a terrible time to expand physical retail.
It definitely looks counterintuitive, but if we connect this to the bigger picture, expanding during high inflation is actually a ruthless market share grab.
Wait, really? How does that work?
Well, when regional inflation hits double digits, smaller, less capitalized travel agencies, they just simply go bankrupt. Heavily capitalized giants like Rainbow Tours swoop in, take over that prime physical mall space at a discount, and basically absorb the competitor's market share.
Oh, so they are banking on the fact that when inflation eventually cools, they will completely dominate the region.
Exactly. It's a very aggressive long-term play.
So they are playing the long game, but they're still heavily exposed, right? The research points out that if the Iran war stretches on, it could devastate demand for Egypt.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge vulnerability.
And considering Egypt makes up almost 14% of Rainbow Tour's entire winter booking slate, I mean, a prolonged conflict could easily wipe out a massive chunk of their cold weather revenue.
Yeah, that is the constant tightrope walk here. They are proving that consumer demand for travel can outmuscle severe inflation and geopolitical chaos for now.
Right.
But travel operators have to remain incredibly nimble to actually deliver those vacations without, losing their shirts.
Which leaves you with an interesting thought to ponder. If tour operators are successfully navigating wars and surprise refueling bans in real time today, well, how long before they start using predictive algorithms to dynamically redirect tourists before a crisis even hits the news?
That's a wild thought.
Just imagine your itinerary changing itself while you sleep,
Yeah.
just to keep you one step ahead of tomorrow's headlines.